Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Barry, and today we are reacting to my girlfriend, my wife, my queen, Hwasa. If you're here, you probably feel exactly the way that I feel about her already. I'm a little bit late on this. I've obviously seen a lot of the visuals from the music video, but I have not heard the song yet, surprisingly. Whenever it comes up on social media, I'm like, no, I think I want to react to this. Um, so yeah, I haven't done anything Mamamoo adjacent yet on this channel because the whole point of the channel is for me to branch out beyond the groups that I already love dearly, and Mamamoo is one of those groups. I've seen them in concert once, and then I also went to Hwasa's solo tour earlier this year in LA. Amazing evening. She's just like one of my favorite humans in general, and again, I think many of you can relate to that. So we're gonna react to Goodbye. And yeah, I have nothing more to say. I'm just curious to see what direction she's going in sonically this time, because obviously her voice is so fucking incredible that she can essentially do anything. I think what's cool about her and about Mama Moo is that, whether you're a Moo Moo or a Twit or whatever, probably both, um, the support is always going to be there. And I think for an artist, that's the dream, right? I'm a singer songwriter and producer for any of you who are joining me for the first time. So my dream also one day is to have a fandom that will follow me into any genre and into any general direction that I take, as long as I continue to respect my craft and respect myself and my fans. And, she's an excellent example of that. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Let's go, pretty lady. Ugh. I should have worn my wig. I have a wig like that. I'm jealous of him already. So cute.
You gotta, you gotta, yeah. 안녕은 우릴 아프게 하지만
Oh
우아할
yes.
거야. 낙담을 치고 후회하도록 넌 굳게 웃어줘. Goodbye.
Okay. Already love. This is a cool sound for her. One thing I love about her is like I'm like I can't even talk. Um you'll always find a new vocal tone or a vocal technique or even an emotion coming from her voice that like you may just not have heard before, and that's what I'm getting from this. Like, I'm familiar enough with her discography, and I just feel like this is a very cool, unique sound for her. Also, in terms of the melody, I like that it's actually slightly unpredictable. There were moments where I thought I knew what was going to happen in the song, yet either melodically or in terms of like, here's the verse, here's the chorus, here's the pre-chorus, whatever. And I was wrong, which I love. I love music that I'm wrong about. And I think for her as a solo artist, I unfortunately I didn't look yet if she wrote this fully or if she wrote it with a team. Doesn't matter to me either way. But you can tell, this is a proper storytelling song. For any of you who are like, turn on the lyrics, I look at the lyrics separately during a cut in between the video and my reaction. So worry not. I'm sure there's some things that I would probably benefit from seeing on screen lyrically, but it's an interesting story so far. So I've heard that she's gotten some backlash, as one does in K-pop, for losing weight. Which, first of all, guys, please, this is the toxic side of K-pop that I just can't deal with. But from what I understand, her explanation was that she did that because it's in keeping with the story of what she was dealing with in her life at this time, and just like not living in a healthy body. So I just find it interesting that like when an actor does that for the role, they're praised. Ooh, Oscar for you, you know. But when she does it because of her body positive, or at least body neutral, um, message that she's stuck with for a long time, that there's just like this automatic assumption. And I think that's what's kind of, besides that it's stupid and annoying and it's just part of K-pop to be overly critical about everything. To me, that's just a sign that maybe you don't understand the artistry as deeply as you do. And I think that's something that a lot of idols are very limited in, right? They want more complex versions of their artistry. They want to explore their craft and maybe push past what the idol box puts them in. And when they do, a lot of times their fandoms can't understand it. And I know Mamamoo has been lucky in general that they have one of the best fandoms that like literally never causes any drama. Um, but she is still part of the K-pop atmosphere, the ecosystem, if you will, and I think we're seeing an example of that now. So let me shut up and let's continue. That's so real. They're there together, but there's a disconnect. Oh, the knees. That's sad and brutal. Oh, that's so interesting. This is heavy. Yes. Oh. I just love her so much. Ooh, that's a bridge for you. Yes. This is so good. Oh, those harmonies. Us. Goodbye. So that's okay. Are we good? That's interesting because, like, obviously her pronunciation is like it's goodbye, but it also sounds like she's saying good boy. And I think that's intentional. I honestly I haven't watched any interviews about this. I love her to death, but like I have life, right? So that's a really interesting kind of commentary, just of like if you're taking the whole picture. This is one of those songs that gives a very real depiction of what real love, or at least a real relationship that you're invested in. I don't want to just call it real love because sometimes we over romanticize toxic relationships and just say this is what love is supposed to be like. It should be tumultuous and dramatic and painful, and that's not always the case. So I take that back a little bit, but the depiction of a real relationship, the ups and downs of something that can feel so fulfilling, literally feels like this relationship, this person, your togetherness is speaking to your soul, feeding you, nourishing you. But then when you look at the details, or when you have bad moments together, it's so bad, and it leaves marks, and it leaves your knees bloody, and it leaves scars because obviously she looks beautiful in the video. Like that's she's never not, but those details of like scratches on her hands, and I don't think it's as literal as like, oh, this is a physically abusive relationship. I don't know that, I'm not speaking for her, but I don't think that's what is coming across. I think it's more, look how picturesque this is, we're literally on the beach, we're dancing in the forest, there's a piano, this is this very typical like Pinterest Tumblr version of romance and love, and it's just again so picturesque. But when you're looking at the details, there's cracks, whether it be literal cracks in her skin, cracking in her voice. There's one part of her voice where she's basically breaking into a yodel, and I think I viscerally reacted to it while we were watching because I love that's part of my voice too. I do this yodel thing, so I love hearing it in other artists. It feels like it gives me permission to do it in my own music. um, but even that, it's a metaphor for a crack, a break, right? And I think this just had a really good depiction of the happiness, but also the turmoil, the romanticization of toxic relationships. It all wrapped it up so beautifully. Um, and I think, as usual, her quirkiness came through so well because there were some shots in there. Like you could, like, I don't know whether they were literally choreographed or not. And I don't mean like dance choreography, I mean like movement and staging choreography. But I feel like they were candid moments of just her being her. Like, I don't know, I don't wanna go back, but this moment of her, like, leaning into his like, not his chest even, his stomach, because a very normal picturesque frame would be her leaning into his chest, but she's leaning into his stomach. It wasn't suggestive. It was just like this weird quirky moment of like, "Oh, this is probably what it would be like to be in a relationship with Hwasa." So I think I fucking loved this. I'm not sad that I was late on it, but I now understand why people have been loving it so much and why it's gotten so many views because, well, fundamentally because it deserves it. So I'm going to quickly look at the lyrics, which already, just the first line I'm loving. Walk over me, walk away. It's fine. Don't look back my way. This pain I feel, yours runs deeper. So now I'll try to understand you. Goodbye will hurt us, but we'll keep it beautiful. I think that is an excellent depiction of what the video was, right? Like the pain comes through, but the visual, the video itself, everything about it, even the color grading, right? It's very romantic. It's very cinematic, picturesque, all of these things. Oh, this is so good. Yeah, instead of a thank you, it's a good goodbye. Yeah, this is I'm getting goosebumps reading this. Even as the whole world is looking down on me, even if there's no one by my side next to me, don't worry, it's okay. I'll stay here with me. I'll be on my side instead of you. This speaks to me so heavily because I'm not going to go into a whole spiel about my own art, but I have a song that might be my first release actually. It's called Uluwatu, which is a part of the island of Bali. Um, and some of the lyrics in there I have are similar in the sense that it's about speaking to the person, but also not in the typical way of I hate you, you didn't stay by my side, you broke my heart. It's more dispersing not the blame, but dispersing the dissolution. It's more about dispersing the dissolving of the relationship between both people. And I feel like I'm getting that, especially from that verse where she's like, yeah, I feel ill will towards you. I feel painful feelings. But instead of one, running back to you, or two, just simmering in my anger towards you, I'm going to process this my way because that's probably the most healthy thing for me. So I relate to this a lot lyrically. I don't have raw feelings anymore about the relationship that I wrote about. And it feels like, in a very healthy way, she doesn't have too many raw feelings about that either. So I don't know. She's a special one. You know, even when I was at her concert, she was talking a lot about how she's just someone who feels really deeply. And sometimes that makes it hard to exist in this world that we're in right now, where we're under this illusion that empathy is some kind of curse, which it is not. Don't let any motherfucker tell you that. Don't. It's not true. Empathy at this point is a luxury and a gift, so hold on to it, foster it, work on it, grow it, do whatever you have to do to make sure that empathy is the core of your being. And she's one of those people, and I could tell because again, she could have wrote this song and been like a full fuck you, I hate your guts, and then maybe even incorporated a full fledged sob story just to fully victimize herself and to fully take down whoever this is about. And she didn't. It's a much more multi layered, multifaceted, complex, nuanced song and video than that. And this is why Hwasa stays on top, dude. This is why she is who she is, man. She's just a special ass person. And I can't, I'm putting this on record. Someday when I write a song with her, I'm going to let her know that because I love her dearly. Some of you may not like this comparison, but it also reminds me of some of the songs on Rosé's solo album, what Blackpink Rosé. They're both writing about heartbreak in such raw ways, and I know that's not new for an artist, but even the video a little bit, again, this color grading, this highly romanticized imagery, but this literal toxic till the end energy, similar to Rosé's song and some of her other songs on the album. I just love that there's space for this because I think it's interesting that for both of them, they had to do this in their solo work. Obviously, there are group songs for both groups that talk about love or talk about romance, but these are such personal stories. And to be able to use this kind of storytelling, I'm just really proud that they get the opportunity to do that in their solo works and to do it in ways that maybe even 5, 6 years ago, most K-pop idols wouldn't be allowed to do because you're not even allowed to like admit that you've ever been in love or that you've ever done a little bit of boning or whatever. So I don't know. I'm just loving this, and think this is the direction we need to continue to go in K-pop. There's lots of directions for K-pop since there's so many genres and so many groups, but this is one that I'm really loving. So whether you're a moo a twit, I don't know who you are, but thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I would love it if you would subscribe, like, give me a comment. I would love to hear your perspective on this video. If there's anything that I missed or anything that you noticed that really drew you in, or if you just want to like brag about how much you also love Hwasa, do so in the comments, please. I love that Hwasa-fied energy. Anyway, thank you, and I will see you next time, hopefully. Ciao.